This has really improved a lot. It's looking really good. Um, some funny stuff with the walks here. Let's just take a look at the my file. Um, I'm sort of, I think I was left a little unconvinced by this sort of drifting foot thing. If she's got the weight, well, first of all, this foot's sliding, so let's get rid of that slide so they're not both moving at the same time. So this should be at the same thing here. Make sure that's keyframed. Middle mouse click here. And now that's not sliding, so that's good. And she's kind of, see that knee bend and straighten thing? She's sort of overextending there. So let's take a look at the root. And I think you went a little too high here. Oh, let's look at this too. It lands here, but let's have it land. Oh, sorry, not that. Let's have it land there. And then flatten out a few frames later. Oh, a little more time than that. Probably doesn't need to roll that high. Probably wouldn't. I don't use these. Are you using these things? Oh, no, no. Oh, okay, so you're all the way there. I probably would, in the middle of the step, I'd be more here. Okay, so that foot's locked now. And then just the thing that you got that sliding the foot forward, which I think is alright. But I think that kind of slow lift looks just a little weird to me. If you want to keep it though, what I would do is she doesn't have any weight on this foot, the way she's kind of slowly lifting and dragging it. So if you put the weight, center the weight over the foot that's carrying the weight, center the root over the foot that's carrying the weight. I might take out this keyframe. And have it land kind of here. Yeah, I mean she's kind of, maybe she's like, oh, she slides that foot forward, maybe she's centering her weight, but then as she starts to lift that foot, she's kind of going to have to shift her weight back over this leg to be balanced because that's carrying the weight. Whoops. Yeah. That looks a little weird though, the way it like shifts in the middle and kind of wobbles back and forth. Probably would just keep it over the one leg. Yeah, and again, I would just keep it over this leg the whole time. And maybe back a little bit because she's sort of like almost falling forward there. Okay. Okay, that maybe that's all subtle, but it sort of caught my eye. The other thing is she's got some bounce to her step here. I don't know if that was intentional, like she's happy now and then she sees her thing and then she gets sad. The other thing is it generally is in this walk is you don't have any wrist animation and it makes it look really stiff and weird. So I would add a little bit of wrist. Well, you've got some. Okay, well, I stand corrected. It just doesn't. They look really stiff. So what I would do is like maybe let's keyframe the rotation here, and then as this moves forward, kind of bend it back a bit. And then kind of as it starts moving back, kind of go forward a bit. And then maybe it kind of follows through afterwards. And then, you know, maybe straightens out, something like that. Well, there wasn't any before that either, so you want to make sure there's some from the start, you know, just a little bit. So she's like finishing there, so maybe it kind of follows through. And then maybe kind of I don't know, let's see if that looks any better. It still looks like, yeah, I have parts that aren't animated. Oops. But yeah, just sort of like the opposite of what the rest of the arm is doing. You know, if the wrist kind of does that, or like it's sort of lagging behind the rest of the arm, a little bit loose, that can help. I didn't really do a great job there, but hopefully you kind of get the idea. Do I have the video open? And I think maybe a bit too much like bounce on the head. Maybe kind of keep it down there a bit. You go down and then you go way back up here. I might see if we lose that, what we think. I mean, it's still going up and down a bit more than I would think. Is that this right here? I might kind of take some of these and just shrink that down a bit. And let's just see how that looks. Maybe like, I like the ending there a lot. A couple blinks in here would be good. That's because we're seeing her in close up. Yeah, I mean, it's just really good work, though. You're doing a great job. Very impressive. But I think a few more touches on the animation would be worthwhile. And the lighting looks good. I mean, it's fairly simple lighting, but it makes sense. It's bright sunlight. It's a sunlit day. She's selling ice cream. It makes sense. There's maybe maybe a few too many head movements here I kind of feel like, it's like if you look at it fast, it's like da, 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 da. Maybe try to just take out some of those keyframes. Like, oh, I don't know. What if we just took out these? What happens? What does that look like? And maybe like she stops here or something, and then you like hold on that for a bit. Maybe hold on it longer. Yeah, I feel like that's a little better. Could be even less. But just, I think there's just a few too many kind of head jerks around. Take some of them out, maybe have a hold in there. Yeah, really good stuff.